Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back on my series on nakshatras. And our last topic of discussion was the Uttara Phalguni nakshatra, which is the 12th nakshatra out of the 27 nakshatras. And we did discuss about the nakshatra, the distance it spans. Of course, we know that there are 27 nakshatras, and the distance of each nakshatra is 13 degrees and 20 minutes out of the total zodiac distance of 360 degrees. Some nakshatras stay within one zodiac sign, and some nakshatras actually span a distance of 13 degrees and 20 minutes between two zodiac signs. And Uttara Phalguni is one of those nakshatras which spans a distance of 13 degrees and 20 minutes, starting from 26 degrees and 40 minutes of Leo into 10 degrees of Virgo. So basically it is spanning its distance, or it covers its 13 degrees and 20 degrees of distance between two zodiac signs, two rashis, which gives it the effect, the influence of the lordship of those rashis itself. The lordship of Leo, as we know, is Sun, so it will give the effect of, or it'll get the effect of the planet Sun. And also, since it also is situated in until 10 degrees of Virgo, it'll be having some effects of Mercury as well, because of the lordship of Virgo, which is Mercury. And we did discuss about what the symbol is, what the animal symbol is of the nakshatra, what the ruling planet is of the nakshatra, which is the planet Sun, who is the presiding deity. We did discuss all that. I'm not going to repeat that. Please refer to my earlier video, which describes everything about Uttara Phalguni nakshatra. And when we talk about nakshatra in generic terms, we see where the moon is placed. Of course, there are 9 planets as per Vedic astrology, and they are placed in some nakshatra or the other, because the nakshatras span over the entire 360 degrees. But in generic terms, we consider only the placement of moon, saying that a person is born in this nakshatra, meaning where the natal moon was placed in the nakshatra. And the reason for that, I've already explained you, is that it's kind of a lunar mansion, because nakshatras are supposedly, as per Hindu mythology, are the 27 wives of the planet moon, and it stays in one nakshatra approximately for a day, or in other words, stays in one mansion of his wife, moon's wife, for approximately one day. So that's why, generically, we do not take into consideration other planets who may be placed in other nakshatras. We just say this person is born in such and such nakshatra because the placement of moon is in that nakshatra. Anyways, so please refer to my earlier video, which describes Uttara Phalguni nakshatra in detail. And today we'll be talking about the 4 padas, or the 4 divisions of Uttara Phalguni nakshatra. As we all know that every nakshatra which spans a distance of 13 degrees and 20 minutes in the zodiac sign is further subdivided into 4 equal divisions, which are called 4 padas. They're actually navamshas, because a navamsha is 9 divisions, or 9 equal divisions of a zodiac sign of 30 degrees. So this division also is spanning a distance of 3 degrees and 20 minutes each. So these 4 divisions span a division, or span a distance of 3 degrees and 20 minutes in the entire 13 degrees and 20 minutes distance of the nakshatra. So 3 degrees and 20 minutes times 4 comes to 13 degrees and 20 minutes. That's how it is. And like I said, it's the same distance. It's actually the navamsha, because the navamsha, if you calculate the navamshas, starting from the first nakshatra, which is Ashwini, the divisions will come exactly to 3 degrees and 20 minutes. Okay, so today we'll be talking about what are the characteristics of people who are born in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra in these 4 different padas or divisions. Okay, so the first division, or the first Navamsha of Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra falls in the zodiac sign of Leo, because it'll cover a distance of 3 degrees and 20 minutes from 26 degrees and 40 minutes of Leo into 30 degrees of Leo. So there is an influence of Leo here in the first pada or the first division of this nakshatra. However, this influence of Leo is based on the Rashi. If you calculate the Navamsha, the ruler of the Navamsha is Sagittarius. Okay, so the Navamsha ruler is Sagittarius, and that means that Jupiter is the ruling planet of this particular division, or the first division of Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra. So we see here that Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra, first pada, it falls in the zodiac sign of Leo between 26 degrees and 40 minutes through 30 degrees of Leo. So the influencing factor here is Sun, but at the same time the rulership of this pada is Jupiter, because the Navamsha falls in Sagittarius Navamsha. Okay, and then we know that the ruler of the entire nakshatra is Sun as well. So of course there is an influence, a big influence of the planet Sun on people born in this nakshatra. And what are the characteristics of Sun? Well, Sun is ambitious, it's very generous, it's very kind, it's very aggressive at times if required. It has a big heart, but at the same time it likes to stay in control, you know, just like Sun likes to. And it's very spiritual, it has the knowledge of the Vedas, so on and so forth. But at the same time here, the influencing factor is Jupiter as well. And Jupiter, not just the planet Jupiter, it is the influencing factor of Sagittarius. Now there's a difference between Jupiter of Sagittarius and the Jupiter of Pisces. And the Jupiter of Sagittarius is the warlike Jupiter, which means that Sagittarius, if you translate it into Sanskrit, it's Dhanusya or Dhanu, and Dhanu means it's a bow, like a bow and an arrow. It's a bow, and the zodiac sign of Sagittarius is actually a battleground. So here you see people born in this nakshatra will have a tendency to be very ambitious and warrior-like and very focused, just like Dhanusya people are, or Sagittarius people are. So there's an influence of this Jupiter warlike quality with the influence of Sun, ruler, Kshatriya, warrior-like quality as well. So you'll see a lot of people born in this pada, or the first pada of Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra, may be very successful generals or CEOs, or you know, who are at top government positions, because Sun also represents the government, and it's very focused here because of the influence of this nakshatra of Sagittarius. So you know, you can imagine the ancient mythological character Arjuna from this nakshatra. You can relate it to him, although he may not have been born in this nakshatra, but you can relate it to him. Somebody who's very ambitious, somebody who has both the qualities of Sun and the quality of the warlike warrior Jupiter, because Jupiter can be warrior-like as well as a saint when it comes to Pisces zodiac sign. Okay, so Jupiter has 2 qualities. Can be a warlike, because Sagittarius is a battleground, and he can be warlike like an Arjuna, and at the same time he can be a saint or a sage which is his characteristic, which is more connected or related to Pisces zodiac sign. Okay, but this is Sagittarius. So people in this first pada will be influenced by Sun, as well as the warlike Jupiter, who's very focused, very ambitious, and generally very, very successful. Okay, now going to the second pada, which spans a distance of 3 degrees and 20 minutes, starting 0 degrees in Virgo through 3 degrees and 20 minutes in Virgo. So here the influencing factor is, well, the ruling planet of the nakshatra, which is Sun. Here the zodiac sign is not Leo, so that influence is reduced as compared to the first pada. Here the ruling planet is Mercury, because it falls in the zodiac sign of Virgo. So here the influencing factors are going to be in the second pada, or the second Navamsha. And the Navamsha, as we know, after Sagittarius, it is Capricorn. So the ruler of this second pada, which falls in the Capricorn Navamsha, is Saturn. It falls in the zodiac sign of Virgo, so the ruler is Mercury. And then the overall influencing factor is Sun, because the ruler of the nakshatra itself is Sun. So there are 3 planets in play here, or 3 influencing factors here, which is the Sun, which is Saturn, and which is Mercury. So people born in this nakshatra, because of the influence of Saturn, because the Navamsha or the pada ruler is Saturn, is going to show a lot of people with a lot of hard work, okay, a lot of discipline, and with the qualities of Mercury and Sun. And Mercury is about communication, Saturn is about discipline and hard work, and Sun is about leadership qualities. So here, because of the influence of Mercury, you will see people maybe getting more inclined towards a more Rajasic Tattva, which is Rajasic Guna rather, not a Tattva, which means that they'll be inclined towards creating things and towards money, along with organizational capabilities and along with great communication skills. So here you can see CEOs or leaders in the private sector, because here, because of Mercury, the private sector comes in place. And then the Sun, of course, will be the influencing factor as far as providing leadership quality is concerned, and Saturn will provide the discipline which is required. So people, you know, because of their ability to understand materialism and creation, can be related more towards successful people who have leadership qualities in the private sector, you know. And of course, you know, they'll have the negative qualities also, because we've discussed there are certain negative qualities which come with the nakshatra, which is they can become too egoistical because of the influence of Sun. That's a factor which has to be taken into consideration always, and get a little more bossy and arrogant. But generally they are great communicators with great organizational skills and understand money, and you know, can be leaders and can work with a lot of discipline and hard work. Okay, so that's the people who are born in the second pada of the Uttara Phalguni nakshatra. As far as the third pada of the Uttara Phalguni nakshatra is concerned, of course there'll be an overall influence of Sun, because he is the overall ruler of the nakshatra. So all the qualities and some negative traits will come as far as Sun is concerned. And then the ruler of this third pada, which falls in the Navamsha of Aquarius, is Saturn. And once again, Saturn is about discipline, Saturn is about, you know, hard work. You'll see that factor. Sun has the influencing factor, both positive, and sometimes if it gets, you know, too much, it can lead to a little more arrogance and a little more ego problems, but mainly, you know, the generosity, the leadership qualities, and the ambition of Sun is going to be there. And also the influencing factor is going to be Mercury, just like the last pada, because it falls again. The third pada also falls in the zodiac sign of Virgo, which falls between 3 degrees and 20 minutes of Virgo through 6 degrees and 40 minutes of Virgo. So the influencing factor here is also going to be these 3 planets, Sun, Saturn, and Mercury. So you can generally relate it to some similar effects as you would see in the second pada, because there also the influencing factor was Sun, Saturn, and Mercury. But generally this Saturn, because since this Saturn is more influenced by Aquarius as compared to the last pada of Capricorn, here you'll see people with an influence of Aquarius zodiac sign. That Saturn gives some philanthropy, something to do with helping the society is concerned. That attitude will be there. So, you know, here you may relate to people who are, of course, leaders, but at the same time they can be great social activists as well, because of the influence of Aquarius as compared to Capricorn. So they and then, of course, you know, Mercury can be similar. Their love for money will definitely be there too, or not money I would say, but creation and communication will definitely be there. But here the Saturn has a different flavor because of the influence of Aquarius as compared to Capricorn, where more philanthropy or doing something for the society is concerned. Okay, so this is what you can relate to people who are born in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra in the third pada, which is the Navamsha, which is falling in Aquarius and ruled by Saturn. Okay, now as far as the fourth and final pada is concerned, which spans a distance of 3 degrees and 20 minutes, starting from 6 degrees and 40 minutes into Virgo, into the zodiac sign of Virgo through 10 degrees of Virgo. So it falls in the last pada, which is 3 degrees and 20 minutes of Virgo. Again, the overall influencing factor is going to be Sun, which will provide all the positive qualities of Sun, which we just discussed in the video. And sometimes when it gets a little overboard, some negative qualities of Sun also can come in, so one has to be cautious in that part as well. And you may see some instances where, you know, if it gets too much, there could be ego problems like we've discussed. So that overall influencing factor of Sun is going to be there. But at the same time, this Navamsha is not the Aquarius Navamsha, but it is the Pisces Navamsha, which is ruled by Jupiter, but another flavor of Jupiter, another shade of Jupiter, I should say. And this shade is different from the Sagittarius Navamsha. So this is more like a saintly zodiac sign, as we know, Pisces. So this Navamsha, or this fourth pada of 3 degrees and 20 minutes, falls in Pisces, ruled by Jupiter. And of course, with the qualities of Mercury, which is exceptional communication skills, and with the qualities of Sun. So you can find here spiritual leaders, you know, who are leading spiritual organizations and who are gurus, or you can relate it to modern day gurus, you know, who make religious speeches, talk from the Puranas and the Vedas, because of the knowledge which comes from Jupiter ruling the Pisces Navamsha. So I've already explained what the difference is between the Pisces shade of Jupiter and the Sagittarius shade of Jupiter. Okay, so it'll come with the leadership qualities and the generosity of Sun. It'll come with the saintly qualities of Pisces Jupiter, and it'll come with great communication skills of Mercury. Okay, so you'll find some successful success stories as far as, you know, religious leaders are concerned here. But again, you know, it's not all positive. Look at the overall nakshatra, see the positives and see the negatives as well, based on what the rulership planet or the ruling planet of the nakshatra is. Look at the symbols, how it can relate. And I've discussed that in my earlier video on Uttara Phalguni, which describes the overall effect of the nakshatra, the animal symbol, the symbol, and the ruling planet, and the presiding deity, so on and so forth. Presiding deity for the entire nakshatra is Sun. We've already talked about that. So you can look for some success stories, like I said, as far as great spiritual leaders with exceptional speech or speaking skills, communication skills are concerned here in the last pada, or the fourth pada, which is ruled by Pisces, Jupiter, for Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and in the meanwhile I will recommend subscribe to my channel, check out my website, there is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic on Vedic astrology very soon. Goodbye.